Hello friends, welcome to Kavita's classroom. So in our previous video, we talked about how do we get to have the market equilibrium? What do we mean by excess demand and excess supply? Moving further in this series of learning, let's understand today what happens if in this situation of equilibrium, we have some shifts happening. Means either the demand rises or falls or supply rises or falls. So how would that impact our equilibrium price and quantity? Let us see. So this is the basic structure. We would be using this basic structure in every question pertaining to this chapter, right? So if this is the basic structure and the situation given to us is increase in demand. So what would happen? Increase means rightward shift. So there would be a new demand curve created in the market. So this is D dash, right? And the supply remains the same. A clear result is seen from the picture that what would it result into? It would result into the increased quantity and increased price. Right? So what is the result? The equilibrium quantity goes for a higher value and the equilibrium price also moves up. So this is the result. Think about this. When demand is increased, of course, because of that increased demand, the quantity traded would be more, right? And because it's a situation of shortage, this will give a push to the prices. So this is going to be our result. Now let's talk about decrease in demand. So what would it look like? So it would be shown with the help of a leftward shifting demand curve, and this is it, right? So now the new demand curve is this dotted one, but the supply curve remains the same. So what is the impact? What's the answer to this situation? The answer to this situation is we would have now a reduced quantity demanded and supplied, right? And here the price also gets to have a fall, right? So equilibrium price falls and equilibrium quantity also falls when it is a situation of decrease in demand. It is inevitably very clear when the things are not demanded, right? Then how would it be, what would be the impact on quantity? Quantity would show a fall. And because the things are not demanded as compared to the supply, so it's a situation, clear situation of surplus. So in case of surplus, the prices also fall. So let's now understand the next case when it is a case of increase in the supply. Increase in the supply would be showcased by a rightward shift of the supply. Here in this case, the supply curve has shifted rightwards, right? So the demand remains the same as it was. So what would it be? Because the supply has shifted rightwards, means increased supply. So the quantity would definitely be increased. But because it gives a situation of surplus, so it will result into the fall in the price. So equilibrium price here falls and equilibrium quantity here rises. I just want to reiterate my statement that these answers are pretty clear from the diagram. And once you're done with the diagram, you must understand logically also, and you would get to have your answers, right? The next situation is there is a decrease in the supply, right? So because supply now is to be decreased, so it will be showcased on the left side, right? So this is the left side, S dash. What is the result? The D remaining the same as it was previously there. So it is giving you a reduced supply because there is decrease in the supply, but increase in the price. Can you justify? Yes, because the supply has decreased, so equilibrium quantity has shown a fall and equilibrium price has shown a rise. Why? Because decreased supply means a shortage in the market, and shortage would always result into pushing the prices up. I hope it is clear to you. In the next video, we'll talk about the special cases and the simultaneous change in demand and supply both. Till then, keep studying hard. Bye-bye. See ya.